It's always Gold FM for us at Golden Point, Raki Raki.
Gold FM is #1 in Lusaka.
Gold FM is Nandi's best radio station.
It's always Gold FM with us here in Singatoka.
Old is gold and Gold FM is #1 here in Lusaka.
Singatoka loves classic hits on Gold FM.
We listen to Gold FM here in Tagua.
We love Gold FM in Ba.
We've got beautiful beaches, people, and Gold FM in Raki Raki.
Lusaka loves the classic hits on Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Tonight, almost 100 people evading police since 2011. FNU's Nadeva Center damaged in a fire. 90th birthday celebrations begin for CWM Hospital. Good evening and welcome to FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. People are still reluctant to come forward with information which could help capture wanted criminals. In 2011, there were 78 people on the run. As of last year, it's increased to 98. Deputy Director Operations Superintendent Vilisi Misiamete says Fijians should not fear coming to them with information. Vasita Kote Wasawasa reports.
At least 4 people who are running from the law are also Fiji's most wanted criminals. There are those who are not showing up to court for their case and those who are avoiding police altogether.
Those people who are under bench warrant from court, and they wanted for arrest. Those people who are pending investigations and we need to bring them on for interrogations and questionings.
Superintendent Vilisi Misiamete says they are now tracking several individuals who are believed to be living overseas under false names. They are getting help from international agencies.
The Interpol relations that we have with other international countries, of course there are efforts from the Fiji police to bring them back and answer to their pending cases.
Of the 98 wanted individuals, some are on the run even though they are not directly involved in a crime. Police simply want to question them for information. Family members, friends and members of the public who would be able to assist police are usually unwilling to help. Superintendent Misiamete hopes this will change. Vasita Kotiwasawasa, FBC News.
Democracy must be upheld in other areas of society and not just at government level. Acting Prime Minister Aya Said Kayum highlighted this while speaking at the Lautoka Chamber of Commerce Business Forum yesterday. And as Christopher Chand reports, his message to the various chambers of commerce is to be transparent.
Syed Kayum says a lot of emphasis is on national parliamentary democracy, but it's also important to uphold at other levels of the community.
But democracy is not only restricted to national parliaments. Democracy must permeate throughout society in itself. And one of the issues that I've been trying to grapple with this week has been, for example, chambers of commerces.
Business operators form these organizations are seen as really working with municipal councils.
We have a number of towns in Fiji where there have been absolutely no collaboration between the special administrator and the chambers of commerce or the chamber of commerce in that particular town. It is critical for that to happen.
Syed Kayum pointed out another problem that has plagued such institutions.
We have chambers of commerce where people have become presidents or chairmen or whatever the position is, and they hold on to it. They don't want to let go. It becomes their own little fiefdom to have their names in the papers or get publicity. That is not the purpose of the Chamber of Commerce.
The government's initiatives and policies were highlighted at the forum, giving chamber members much food for thought. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The administration office and a lecture room at the Fiji National University's Lautoka campus burnt in a fire yesterday afternoon. Firefighters who arrived just before 4 p.m. prevented it from spreading to the rest of the campus, which is located next to Jesper Williams High School. It's part of the FNU's National Training and Productivity Centre. The National Fire Authority stated even though they encountered low water pressure, they were able to fight off the fire and minimize damage. Investigations are underway as to what caused the fire. The country's largest and oldest hospital, the Colonial War Memorial Hospital in Suva, turns 90 tomorrow. As Shireen Latta reports, a week-long program will feature anniversary lectures and open days on Wednesday and Thursday for members of public.
Since it opened in 1923, the CWM Hospital has gone through many challenges. From small beginnings and a staff of only 27, the facility now has over 1,200 employees. This includes 133 doctors, 534 nurses, 173 paramedical and management staff, and a support team of 277.
Celebrating the 90th years has been something that we had looked forward to. It's a big occasion. The CWM Hospital, opened in 1923, was a small hospital then, and it has grown to a huge hospital and the biggest hospital in Fiji. So, we felt that it is important that we showcase what the hospital is about, celebrate its achievements and its challenges.
The staff and management want to celebrate in a big way this year. With the theme celebrating 90 years of caring and beyond, they want to generate public interest in the history of CWM and will also advocate on health and the quality of life.
The hospital has come in a big way. Not only in the actual size and the capability of the hospital, but also the services the variety of services it now provides to the people of Fiji.
Dr. Tundravu says they have more plans for better service delivery for their patients in coming months.
There is certainly an intention to introduce more specialized services at CWM Hospital. As the range and the capacity of the hospital expands, we are hoping, it's the Ministry of Health's plans to introduce specialist surgical services and specialist medical services, and so that's where you can see the current renovations that are taking place.
As part of the celebrations, the CWM Hospital's Board of Visitors is also organizing a fundraising activity on 13th December. Funds collected will be used to construct a waiting area for the discharged patients. Shireen Latta, FBC News.
After the break, Archbishop opens new Catholic church in Navua.
Today FM is #1 here in Singapore.
We love Today FM in Lambasa. It rocks!
My favorite station in Nandi is Today FM.
I love Today FM because they play the awesome song.
Loto kasi love Today's kid music.
I love Today FM because they play all my songs.
We love Today FM at Vuniva Lambasa. Yeah, it rocks!
I love Today FM because it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Bulan 2 saya Tolu FM, enapan 2 raki-raki.
Bula FM nampan 2 in Nosor.
Go etapo ke buat kola sa Bula FM nga.
Bula FM nampan 2 Korbu.
Bula FM nampan 2 Sawa. Bula FM nampan 2 Letoka. Bula.
Nampan 2 nam Bula FM memba.
Bula FM nampan 2 NSR in Singapore.
Lo talita kada warong nam Bula FM lo toka.
Ale akar warong Bula FM nampan 2 NSR.
Bula FM nampan 2 NSR.
Welcome back. Here with FBC News. The Fiji Police Force is now warning all parents and guardians that they will feel the full brunt of the law if found to be negligent in relation to the death of a child. The warning comes after police recorded 2 cases of drownings involving a 12-year and a 1-year-old last week. Deputy Director Operations Vilisi Misiamete says people can't be complacent when the life of a child could be at stake. Any missing children must be reported to police immediately.
One thing that we must remember, as soon as at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes they are missing from you, you should start looking for the children rather than leaving them for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours.
The drowning toll stands at 40 compared to 69 for the same period last year. The head of the Catholic faith in Fiji, Archbishop Peter Loy Chong, today opened a new church in Namosi. The Holy Spirit Parish at Lambao near Navua along the Queen's Highway is the first for people of the province who live along the coast. Mika Longa reports.
The head of the Catholic faith blessed the new church, witnessed by hundreds. A process, he explained, is similar to baptism.
What you see here is a church that is really that symbolizes the people of God rather than an institution or a building.
The religious formalities that followed affirmed this huge structure, a sacred place of God where people come to find rest, peace, and bring their troubles and burdens.
It's a great day. It's a big day for us, the Parish of the Holy Spirit. Since we started this parish in the last 15 years, it is a big day today.
So it will be a big day for us today. We have planned this church to be built in 1 year, and we achieved it.
From Wali St. Fortuna, parish priest Father Vito Kelekele led his parishioners in the last 1 year, building the $600,000 church. Parishioners made personal sacrifices without wages to build it and were assisted financially by families and friends, both local and abroad.
I am just happy that the community here has finally found a place to worship, a place that is clean and decent for them to come and sit down on Sunday and celebrate their Sunday Eucharist.
Archbishop Peter Loy says this new house of worship is yet another indication that parishioners are taking ownership of the buildings, their priests, missionary work and resources to build a church.
The time when the early missionaries built out churches and did most things for us is that era is slowly fading away.
Archbishop Peter Loy has described the new church as a beacon of faith and love and should serve as a light of Jesus Christ to those who travel on this part of the Queen's Highway. Mikalonga, FBC News.
A 3-flat house has been destroyed in a fire in Wailevu, Lambasa. The incident happened this morning. Owner Rajesh Naidu, an unemployed carpenter, says the fire started from one of the tenants' kitchens. This has left 14 people without a home. Neighbors and friends nearby helped the occupants save some of their belongings. Overseas now, Ireland's strict abortion law is to be the subject of a test case at the United Nations. 3 women say they were forced to go abroad to terminate their pregnancies after being told that their babies had fatal abnormalities. This report from Al Jazeera.
Amanda was 21 weeks pregnant when she and her partner James were told. The baby daughter she was carrying, the doctor said, would survive no more than minutes outside her body and would die of immediate heart failure. Faced with the choice between watching their baby die in front of their eyes or termination, they wanted what they saw as the act of kindness. But then they were told they didn't have that choice.
The thought that she might, that I might actually carry her to full term, deliver her and watch her die in front of me, watch her have a heart attack. And the only thing, when you're expecting a baby and you would die for that baby, you could become so protective. And I mean, the only thing that I thought of that I could do for her was make sure that she was never going to suffer.
It's a year since Ireland had a time of soul-searching over the death of Savita Halapanova. She bled to death because she couldn't get an abortion, even though her fetus was dying inside her. This campaign takes things a step further and wants the United Nations and European Court to clarify whether Ireland is in breach of human rights laws in respect of women whose babies won't live after birth.
Specifically, we think that there's a breach of Article 3, which is the prohibition of inhuman and degrading treatment. If you look at the pattern of the manner in which people are treated, once there is a diagnosis of fatal fetal abnormality, degrading is really the only word that comes to mind.
The strong Catholic lobby here insists women should not have that choice, but should have better support during birth, even if their hope is gone.
If they manage to bring their baby home, they'll be given the kind of support, both medical and in other ways, to enjoy the time with their baby and to meet their baby. And it really is from women that I've spoken to and from families that I've talked to, it can be an extremely comforting and very enjoyable experience.
James and Amanda have heard all this many times.
I find that extremely upsetting because
what that would work really well for some people who would choose that. But even if we had the best perinatal care here in Ireland, we wouldn't have made a different decision. We would have still have terminated the pregnancy because we feel that was the best thing to do for our child.
The campaigners believe it wouldn't even take a change in the law or the constitution to allow for what they see as the most basic level of dignity for women going through a huge personal trauma. They continue to insist the lawmakers in the Irish Parliament would rather ignore the issue than do anything about it. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, in Dublin.
In sports, Vodafone Fiji hoping its multi-million-dollar football sponsorship will be channeled in development. And Fiji to host the big guns of triathlon in Oceania Championship.
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2 is number 1 in Singapore.
मैं लंबासा के निवासी, मेरा नाम प्रेम चंद्रा है। देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2 को मेरा सलाम।
नैनी में देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2।
रेडियो फीजी 2 में देश की धड़कन मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 is number 1 in Singapore.
नैनी में मेरा धड़कन है रेडियो फीजी 2।
हम नन्नूपुर की रहता है और हम रेडियो फीजी 2 हरदम सुनता है।
हमें रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनो बहुत अच्छा लगे, आप भी रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनो।
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2।
Talita na Radio Fiji 1 na mwirani nondo kunua.
Ando talita kana borrongo na Radio Fiji 1 singa toka mbole tani station ni alumatu.
Ando talita kabale una borrongo na Radio Fiji 1 station ni alumatu ilo toka.
Ando talita kabale una borrongo na Radio Fiji 1 mandi na station ni alumatu.
Au tungo korbo ando borrongo leve na station ni alumatu na Radio Fiji 1. Ando borrongo na Radio Fiji 1 na station ni alumatu na mandoi tele.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi bitina bonga ni BNN.
Fiji first thrashed New Zealand 44-0 and then South Africa 29-17 in the cup final to win a first Emirates Dubai Rugby Sevens title. Osea Kolinisao Piotuai, Benito Masilevu and player of the tournament Samisoni Viriviri inspired Fiji to victory at round 2 of the HSBC Sevens World Series. The emphatic victory handed a third Dubai Cup title in 4 years to new coach Ben Ryan and his first piece of silverware for Fiji. Fiji have 35 points on the series standings, just 4 points behind World Series leaders New Zealand. South Africa is a point behind. Fiji now travel to South Africa, where they find themselves in Pool A with Scotland, Australia and France. Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan was a happy man as he kept his winning streak in Dubai alive, this time with Fiji. Ryan says the players followed instructions which saw them put on a positive show. He adds South Africa Sevens will be the real test.
Yeah, it's a good start point for us now because I said we'd improve after Gold Coast. We're not fit enough yet. I know it might look like that, but next week's a massive challenge for us because battered bodies out there. So I need to make sure I get next week right and this isn't a one-off.
Meanwhile, Captain Osea Kolinisao believes the win was special.
Really special to us, firstly to be the first Fiji team to win in Dubai. And especially for the 4 weeks of training that we put back home, it has come to this. So we just want to thank the Lord for giving us the strength and the power to do what we can do this weekend. And thank you, Ben Ryan, for agreeing to coach Fiji Sevens.
South Africa Sevens is next weekend. Vodafone Fiji is hoping that with the $5 million injection into Fiji football, there will be more focus on development. A similar plan with Rugby League has worked and there are hopes that football will follow suit. Shelvin Chand has more.
To Vodafone Fiji, it's an investment in the future of sports. The mobile service providers are hoping that this could help Fiji football climb the rankings ladder.
Bulk of it will go to the development of the sports in terms of tournaments, in terms of coaching and in terms of clinics that will help them to prepare the best team available for the association.
Football at international level has been suffering and there has been no progress in getting age grade competition started. The money should provide for this.
If you want them to succeed, if you want them to be in power with the rest of the world, it's only fair that we invest financially to assist them to be able to do some of the key objectives that they have every year. We've seen it happen with the Rugby League and other sports that we've supported.
With massive financial backing, there really should be no excuse why the best laid plans for football can't get off the ground.
See, our thinking had always been to the development. This kicks off our start for the grassroots programs that we wanted to start, the under 12 and under 15. And this also helps us for the 2015 under 20 World Cup in New Zealand,
which the second team from the island nation can qualify. So our concentration will be on that now.
Fiji is ranked 188th out of 207 countries in FIFA's ranking, mostly because we don't play many international games. With the money in the right place, could Fiji finally move into the top 100? Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Lambasa has won the women's IDC, beating Lautoka 1-0. The match ended just before 6 p.m. The big guns of triathlon will be coming to Fiji, with the Oceania Cup Championship set to be hosted in Fiji May next year. The organisers want to make it an annual event, and more good news with triathlon's parent body sanctioning the event. Shalvin Chand reports.
The deal between Fiji Triathlon and Elite Sports was signed last week. While there is a major economic advantage of having the championship here, the fruits that the sport of triathlon players reap is even sweeter.
It will be a significant sporting event for Fiji. Having the ITU sanctioning, the International Triathlon Union sanctioning, will bring global coverage to the event. So the International Triathlon Union is the sanctioning body that looks after the Olympics.
If successful, the championships could become an annual event, and there could be some big guns of the sport headed our way.
So you're going to see male and female athletes that are racing on their way to gaining points and working towards that goal of representing their country in the Olympics. So there will be some elite athletes.
The organisers of the event are also hoping to grow the sport of triathlon in the country.
Athletes in Fiji, what we're trying to do is to engage the community and make entry on a very low cost basis or possibly even free for local Fijian athletes. And we really want to encourage people to have a look at the sport of triathlon. It's very, very doable, and our job is to try and provide those opportunities.
While the championship will be an expensive exercise, the organisers are planning to allow local triathletes to compete without any cost. The championships take place next May. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Car Club held its Ashabai-sponsored car sprints at the Taunovo airstrip in Pacific Harbour. The sunny conditions provided excellent weather for the drags, which was initially postponed a month ago due to bad weather. As usual, the V8s provided for the faster times. The 2-litre and the smaller cars also recorded excellent times. Meanwhile, things didn't go quite as planned for driver Ravi Nair, as his Mazda RX-7 Rotary lost traction and veered off the track into a side ditch. No one was hurt in the incident. A trough of low pressure is approaching the group from the east. Associated cloud and showers is expected to affect the eastern and northern parts of the group from tomorrow. Now looking at the temperature charts, warm conditions all around the country, with low 30s being the order of the day. However, there were no reading from about 3 centres. Monday is going to start off with fine sunny conditions in the Western Division, while Suva and the Northern Division will receive showers. Towards the evening, showers and thunderstorms are forecast for most places. Now the outlook for Tuesday is some showers over the eastern Viti Levu, Vanua Levu, Lau and Lomai Viti group. Elsewhere, afternoon or evening showers are expected. Recapping our headlines. 98 people wanted for questioning by police have been in hiding since 2011. Acting Prime Minister says all local entities, whether private, commercial or charity-based, should adopt democratic principles. And CWM Hospital to begin week-long celebrations to mark 90 years of service to Fijians. To our poll question this week. And we ask, what did you think of the Vodafone Fiji Mbati performance at the 2013 Rugby League World Cup? So the result will be out tomorrow, so this is your last chance to log on to www.fbc.com.fj and have your say. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, that's citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your stories at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's all from the newsroom for now. Now be sure to join me again next weekend, but Jackie is back again from tomorrow evening. Nimo demanda.
टावर में it's only मिर्ची FM.
Mirchi FM is hot.
ताकि हर घर में खाली मिर्ची FM बजे. मिर्ची FM is hot.
Best sound, best music, Mirchi FM rocks and records.
नानी का #1 स्टेशन है मिर्ची FM.
Mirchi FM is hot.
मिर्ची FM it's #1 in nursery.
मिर्ची FM is hot. हम लोग मिर्ची FM रोज सुनता है.
Mirchi FM Dago Mama.
Mirchi FM